Hi, I'm Cheryl Hoeft. I'm presently serving as president of the Foundation for Saline Area Schools.
I'm Steve Laatsch, Assistant Superintendent of Instruction for the Saline Area Schools.
I'm Scot Graden. I'm the Superintendent for Saline Area Schools, and I'm a proud partner with the Foundation for Saline Area Schools.
My name is Bridgette Sparks, and I teach AP Chemistry at the high school.
I'm Lucas Foster. I'm a 6th grade teacher at Saline Middle School.
My name is Jodi McMaster, and I teach 1st grade at Harvest Elementary.
Grants have been in existence for the Foundation since their origination of the organization in 1987. And originally there were 2 rounds of grants, one in the fall and one in the spring. Since we've had strategic grants 5 years ago, we no longer do the spring round. So it is a fall application process, with applications being due in mid-October.
You know, the Foundation grants really act as the research and development arm for Saline Area Schools. It's great to see teacher ideas come to fruition within their classrooms, and I can tell you over the years a lot of the ideas that really started as a Foundation grant and really developed in a classroom by one of our teaching staff have blossomed them in ones that we've incorporated throughout the district.
Grants that are limited to approximately $1,000, and those are to have as many of our teachers as possible submit a grant application and fund an innovative project that they may want to accomplish in their classroom or outside their classroom, but they need some support from the Foundation.
Well, there are so many educational opportunities out there for teachers, and unfortunately Saline Area Schools cannot fund all of them. So we are so lucky that we do have the Foundation that's able to provide us the funds when we come up with great project-based learning ideas or excellent student-led activities that need a little bit of extra financial support.
You know, for teachers who are even just thinking about it or maybe don't know if their idea would work or whether or not it would receive funding, you know, one, it's good to know that a lot of the grants that are applied for do get funding. There's a very strong percentage to get it. So while not all grants are always funded based on the increasing number of grant applications, there's a reasonable likelihood that a teacher who has an idea, puts it on paper, will get some funding through the Foundation.
Absolutely right one. Even if it's a shot in the dark, you know, you're unsure if they're going to accept it, write it anyhow. It's a very easy process. With the rubric that they give you, it's not a long process at all.
I think their process is pretty easy. I've actually have written a grant in a weekend's time, and yeah, I think they've streamlined it. They want the most important information: how many kids it's going to affect, how much does it cost, and how is it going to impact your classroom.
I thought it was this big, huge, scary beast of a monster, and it was going to have to be 20 pages, and it would just sound like such a daunting task. But then actually when I sat down to write the grant for BookFlix, it was so much simpler than I thought it was going to be.
I think one of the things that I find the trustees and the committee both taking a look at, is this a viable program? Is this something that can be used for years to come? Is this going to be utilized by the greatest number of students possible? I would encourage staff to write grants that are not maybe just for their 30 students this year in a given class, but for future use and across the curriculum and across our district.
What the Foundation has done is developed a list of key advisors available on the Foundation website. But each building we have 1 or 2 staff that we meet with the Foundation, talk about the grant process, learn more about the process and how the grants are awarded, and then can share that information at the building level.
And they always send out an email at the beginning of the year saying that, you know, if any teacher wants some support in writing a grant or getting the information, they certainly can. Any teacher can contact me at any time, and I certainly can help them with the process. And then always we have, you know, Cheryl Hoeft at the Foundation or any of the trustees.
I would encourage you also not to get disappointed if you're not awarded the grant the first time around. Give us a call. Let Kelly know that you're interested in resubmitting the grant another year, and maybe additional materials are provided.
When I first wrote the grant for BookFlix the very first time, I did not get it. But I asked for feedback as to why I didn't get it, and I was able to get that feedback and make those corrections within my grant, and then I reapplied for it again the next semester and got it.
a teacher's interested in getting a grant, they go online, they have it start with an idea, and they go online to the support FAS.org website.
There is an application process right there. It lays it out, and we at the beginning of the year always send that out to the teaching staff to say that here's where the links are found.
In addition, there's a rubric that was developed in order to assist staff in writing the grants, and that's what the trustees use and the committee uses in evaluating each individual grant. I would encourage anyone that's writing a grant to refer to that rubric and use it as a basis to establish the points in their application.
After a grant is submitted and accepted, the teacher has to monitor that and properly spending the money for the grant, and then also submit a small final report that kind of explains what happened with the grant and submit some pictures to document how the grant helped in their classrooms.
I know that fall becomes a very busy time. As a former teacher, I always used to say that the month of September you didn't see the sunrise or the sunset because you were so busy. But I would encourage you by early October, if you have any type of desire to utilize these funds, to write the grant.
It's been amazing. Everything that I've had questions about, they've gotten back to me very quickly. They're very easy to work with, very kind. Their fundraisers are outstanding. They put a lot of work, a lot of time into fundraising so that we are able to have these educational opportunities to create lifelong learners.
It's money that goes directly into the classroom. I feel comfortable. I actually donate to Saline Foundation knowing that, the dollars in are the dollars out to the kids. So
To have the foundation within this school district is huge. I never expected it at all. The fact that there's a grant providing foundation right here that you can go to, you don't need to seek random grants on the internet, statewide, nationwide, whatever. There's a place right here that you can go to and get some assistance for within your classroom is great. I never expected that, and I've been really impressed with how many projects they've met. And when I walk around the middle school and when I was at Heritage, you just walk around and you see things and tons of classrooms that are there because of foundation grants. So it's really cool.